morning, YouTubers. Rebecca Roy here, and today I'm going to talk about something a little different. We're going into some really chaotic times. Everyone is saying spread the light, spread the love, and that is true. That is why we are here, to keep people calm and to spread the light. But how do you do this when the shit is literally hitting the fan? Anxiety is in the forefront of many people's minds. We are taught from a young age to run, freeze, or fight. Running, where are you going to go? It's everywhere. And it's just the beginning. It's going to be worse as the months progress, because this is the time of change. This is the time of change. When Mother Earth is processing her karma, we are processing our karma. And this is when all the lies and corruption are being exposed. This is when the darkness is fighting to keep control. When the darkness knows that most people do not know, this is it. We won. We win. We just need to get 50% and we ascend. The veil drops and we get to live in our truth with all of our gifts, with the universe full knowledge at our fingertips. And we find out, if you don't already know already, if you don't already know, that we are part of an experiment, that we are part of something that we agreed to before we were born, and we've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. Hold on, I lost my place. We will move forward in 5D, where there is no fear, no pain, and no trauma. The goal is to bring physicality to the sixth dimension, and then to the seventh dimension. That was how the experiment started. But then one of the 12 spiritual rules was that you cannot take away free will. So the 5D beings decided, some of them decided that they wanted to create 4D beings. And then the 4D beings wanted to go into the 3D. And then it just spiraled from there. We had to start over in 3D. And it's just been a crazy, crazy ride until we've gotten here. The goal is to be in physicality in 6 and 7D. But we will not have the dark forces playing with our minds and lowering our vibrations, so that we cannot remember who we truly are. The magic that we process, the dignity that is our birthright. So running isn't an option. Freezing, no one wants to stay here. Let me move over. No one wants to stay at this point. We are at the precipice of winning. So that leaves fighting. But when you fight, you're creating more situations for you to fight, because that's how we work. We're master manifestors. So when you're a master manifester, which we all are, and I know that the Secret has put a big, ball of, I don't believe that in everybody, because they left out certain ingredients to the formula, and one of them being your heart space. You have to have it in your heart space, and it has to be, you have to say, I would like this or something better, and then you have to let it go. You have to let it go and trust that the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, will bring it to you. And normally they bring you the something better if you trust and you leave it. Just believe that it will happen. So that's where we're headed, is we're headed into the into 5D, and then we'll have to acclimate ourselves to being in 5D and not being afraid all the time and not having our trauma. We won't have any of that. We're going to shed all of it. We're going to leave all of it behind us. We're going to learn who we truly are. And then we're going to acclimate ourselves to being who we truly are, because we haven't been able to be who we truly are in physicality for thousands of years. So fighting isn't really an option. It will never end. And that's what the dark forces want, is they want it to never end. Because if we check and keep fighting, then they win. When winning for them is the lowest shot in a bet. So if you're a betting person and you're betting against the odds, then you want to fight, because you're betting against the light. You're betting for the dark to win. You're betting for all this chaos and the murdering and the raping and the pillaging and the child molestation, and all those things to continue, when we don't want that to continue. We really don't. And so by not fighting, by doing something completely opposite, and this is going to sound crazy to a lot of people, but I have done this. I have done this. We are so close to our goal. We just need 50%. I gotta turn the page. We just need 50% of the people to be doing what I'm doing. Spreading love, spreading light, just spreading your joy. When someone else has something great happen for them, be happy for them. Don't be jealous. Don't be like, why didn't that happen to me? It didn't happen to you because you're not in alignment with it. That's not what you're in alignment to. But you can get something just as good that you're in alignment to, if you put yourself in alignment, if you put yourself in the positivity. So we can win depending on how many of us choose to handle the chaos this way. And the sooner we will reach our goal, the more people that do this. So people have been talking about love and light for a long time, and the dark forces have diminished the meaning, changing it to just some meaningless meme and some flight of fancy, nothing important. However, the truth is that the light and love of God is powerful. And I mean capital P, capital O, capital W, capital E, capital R, capital F, capital U, capital L. Powerful. It is power. Power as in immense, like a nuclear power plant. Powerful. Beyond measure. It is the most powerful thing on earth. It can move mountains. It can create mountains. It can create life. It can create life out of nothing. This is how we started this. We started it with the love of God. We started it because we are master manifestors. And so we know how to create a planet. We know how to create life. We know how to do all these things. And this is something that people need to get in their head, that we are pure love. We are pure love. We are pure creators. We can create things. And that's why when you have a thought and then it comes into your life, if you weren't having good thoughts, you're having bad things happen in your life. And you're like, why is this happening to me? And I was right there. I had many bad things happen to me that I did not understand. I didn't understand that I was making them happen to myself because of my negative thinking. So this is something you have to start with, is you have to start changing your brain. You have to start thinking positively. And one of the things that I did when I was really depressed back in 2020 was I would look in the mirror and I'd say, happy, 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 happy. And I'd make myself smile. And I made myself smile until I laughed. And then the laughter, joy, changes your vibration and brings you up. And then you start thinking about the things that you're grateful for, that brings you up. Think about the things that you love, that brings you up. Think of the things that you like to do that bring you joy. Do them. It brings you up. Now you're in this high vibration and you can bring things to you. You're like going down the stream and, oh, that's what I want. It's on the bank. I'm going to pull that into my little canoe. And I'm going to continue down the stream. Oh, there's something I want. Let's pull that into my little canoe. And then we go through times where we have to purge all this trauma that we have had in our life. And then we're, hitting boulders or we're on the rough sea and we're like, but release. If you feel like crying, cry. You may not know why you're crying. I just went through 3 weeks of wondering what is going on with me. How much more of this do I have to purge? But I knew that I needed to let it go because I had been taught, like many of us, to stuff it down. So I have a lot of stuff stuffed down. And so I had to let it go. And you have to let it go too. And when you let it go, then you graduate. So by that point, you're going to start to feel really, really good. Okay. So this is the most powerful thing that you can do. And never discount it, what you can do. We are powerful light beings. We carry a piece of God within us. And we are loved unconditionally. If you spread that unconditional love far and wide, you will be amazed at how much the world changes and how far and how fast the world changes. And I mean like that. I started coming out of the closet last June. And I've always had all my gifts since I was a kid. But they were squashed. And they were told I wasn't supposed to share them. And I wasn't supposed to talk about them. And, and then a tragedy happened in my family. And I shut off my gifts because it felt like, what is good of my gifts if I can't help the people I love the most from having tragedy happen? And so I shut them off. And when I was 20, and then when I was going through my divorce, I turned them back on. And I think I was 39. I turned them back on, and and then things just, as soon as I told God and Jesus that I wanted my gifts back, they started coming in like ba-bam. And then I joined this group of like-minded people, and it's just been an amazing ride. Since last January has been an amazing ride, an absolutely amazing ride. And in 2020, Jesus came and he healed me enough that I didn't have to be on oxygen 24/7. And I didn't need to be in a wheelchair if I left my house, which is it's huge. And it's changed my life. Totally changed my life because I welcomed my gifts back. And we all have the gifts that I have. You just have to welcome them. You have to say, I would love to have whatever gifts that I have acquired through all the lifetimes that I've had. Please bring those gifts into me. So when you get there to that point where you're ready for that, then just ask him to bring it in, because God loves you unconditionally, no matter what you do. And I've been saying that since I started this channel. God loves you unconditionally. Okay, so that gets to this chaos. Okay, so say you go to the grocery store, and before you get there, you cut somebody off, and they go to the same store, and they get out of their car, and they're really mad at you because you cut them off, but you didn't realize you were cutting them off because you were thinking about what you're going to do next instead of being in the moment like you're supposed to be. And so you don't run, you don't freeze, and you don't fight. You just send them love. So in your mind, you think of them as a child of God. Think of how much God loves them. And think of how much gratitude you feel for this opportunity to spread love and light. Because that's what it is. It's an opportunity to make this person who is clearly having a terrible day and taking it out on you feel the love and unconditional love wash over them. So see how Archangel Ariel is washing love on me right now? That's what you're going to picture in your mind. You're going to picture in your mind love coming down from heaven, washing through their body, washing all the way through, and loving them unconditionally. And it is very, very powerful. And as you're imagining a wave of love washing over them, imagine it coming down from heaven and going into your crown, going all the way through their body. And as you are imagining this, feel the love with your own heart. Feel the love and light making your own vibration raise, and watch as you visibly see them calm down. Then apologize for being such an ass. And they will. They will apologize to you for being a jerk. And you, in turn, can say, I am so sorry because, if I cut somebody off, I was being thoughtless. I wasn't thinking things. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't being safe. So I owe them an apology too. So then apologize. That is the time to apologize, when things are calm, because then they can hear the apology. Let me get back to where I was. Okay. I have done this over and over again, and I truly have. If they leave the room, so say you're in your house and you're getting into an argument with a loved one and they leave the room, do it then. Send the love. Send the love. They go to another room, stay in that room. I'm in there and I'm visualizing, and they're family or friends, and let me find this in here. Start listing all the things that make them phenomenal. And if you start this little phenomenal list, because when the angels started coming to me, they would call me phenomenal, and I couldn't handle that word. And so I said, can we just start with good? Can we just start with good? And so Archangel Raphael, he's always in my head. And he's like, sure. So he started with good, and he went to great, and then he went to magnificent, and then he went to phenomenal. And so now when he says that to me, it doesn't like, oh, I don't know about that. So think about all the things that make this person phenomenal. In your mind, I have a really, really wonderful family, and they have many, many gifts, and very, very loving. And yeah, they lose their mind every once in a while, and have a fit, and I have a fit. We all do. We all lose it. And that's the really cool thing about this, is that you can send them love, and you can send them the light, and you can wash it over them. They'll come back. They will come back and say, I'm sorry, I was being such a jerk. And then you can make up. And you can apologize for whatever part you played in it, because it takes two people. It takes two people to have an argument. Even if you aren't having an argument, you might have done something to cause that trigger to make them freak out. And always think of it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to clear this. It's an opportunity to clear something you didn't realize that you had. So when you're triggered and you go off, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to get rid of that trigger. And trust me, when you do it this way, you will get rid of the trigger. And the next time that they act like that, it won't trigger you. And the other thing that's really cool is when you wash that love on them, and you're thinking about all the things that make them great and make them wonderful and make them, such an awesome part of your life, when they come back, for whatever reason, even if they're not psychic, they have that. And they're like, this person really loves me and really appreciates me. And that much is there. And so it's very easy to get past this. So, okay. That's how we're going to handle these difficult times, because a lot of things are going to happen. But when we do this, we raise the vibration, and we need to do this in small ways as well, as I just described, and also in big love waves, in big waves. We're sending waves of love, and picture a tsunami of wave just washing over, like coming out of your heart and just washing over, the White House, the Senate, the Congress, Russia, China, Ukraine, all these, the LA fires. You can visualize the water rushing over the fire. If it's an actual tsunami, picture the water receding. So, ask Mother Earth, can you help me with this one? Because you caused this huge tsunami. She's a sentient being. You can talk to her. I know, there's a lot of people out there going, that's crazy. It's not crazy. You can talk to her. You can also become one with the water and the wind and the earth and fire. And when you do that, then when one of these things happen, you realize they're sentient beings. So you can go and you can talk to the wind, and you can talk to the fire. Maybe the wind's blowing so much that it's making the fire really big. You can go and talk to the rain, the water, and ask for some rain. This is what shamans do. They leave their body and they go up into the fifth dimension, and they talk to the water and the fire and the earth and the air, and they get an agreement, and then they come back into their body, and the next thing you know, you got rain when you have a fire or a drought or whatever, or whatever may be. And that's how they do it, because they are sentient beings. And we have lost all this knowledge, being, white people are, not native people. Now, a lot of native people use this, and they treat the earth like a sentient being, and they don't take more than they can need to use, and they don't abuse her the way that our society abuses the planet. And it isn't just white people, it's everybody. We're all, being thoughtless on the planet, and the planet needs us right now. It needs us to send this love. It needs us to think about, what we're doing and how it's affecting her. And the thing that I would like to do is I would like to start scheduling Saturday morning. So that would be the 13th. I would like to schedule some group where we send love waves. And this Saturday, I would like to send it to the White House, Congress, and the Senate. I would like to send big love waves, and I would like as many people that could join me in doing that to come. And then leave in the comment, who else you would like to send big love waves to. I mean, even if you want to sneak in a relative there at the end, we can do that. We can send it a big love wave to the White House, Senate, and the Congress, and then we can send a big love wave to, Auntie Irene, my Auntie Irene came to me in my dream a couple days ago. So, this is the beauty of what we can do when everything is going crazy and being chaotic, and you don't understand, and you feel helpless. You don't have to feel helpless. You're powerful. You can send love, and that love can raise a vibration. And when you raise the vibration, people don't make devastating situations appear. They don't make decisions that affect people adversely. But we have to be in mass. We have to send it in mass, because just one person sending it is like a drop in the ocean. We need a lot of people to send the love waves. And that is what I want. I want to do. And if you could please subscribe, share my videos, leave a comment, even if it's just a smiley face. This will help my algorithm to be shown to more people on YouTube. And I'm sending all of you a big love wave, and that is my channel. That is my new website, Big Love Waves. And I would really, really, really appreciate it if you guys could do that for me. And I thank you. I'm sending you all a big love wave. And God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.